Good day everyone. Welcome to my class. Today we're going to discuss another topic in science, and by the way, it's me, Ma'am Princess, and I'm going to guide you regarding our topic for this day. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about another type of energy, which is the kinetic energy, introduction, and calculation. So again, I know that you are able to hear this kinetic energy term, but I'm going to deepen your understanding on how are you going to calculate the kinetic energy. So let us have the definition of kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is simply defined as the energy in motion. If potential energy is the energy in position, kinetic energy is the opposite of this potential energy, which is the energy in motion. An object which has motion, whether it is in vertical or horizontal motion, has kinetic energy. And kinetic energy, remember, is a scalar quantity. Formula for getting the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy has a symbol of Ke, which is equal to 1/2 mv squared. Ke is equal to 1/2 mv squared, wherein Ke stands for kinetic energy, which is always in the unit of joules because this is energy. V stands for speed of an object, which is in the unit of meter per second. And m is the mass of an object, which is in the unit of kilogram. So again here, remember that the standard unit for energy is joules or J, or in expanded form, Newton meter. So let us have our example for kinetic energy. A roller coaster of a mass of 3,000 kilograms is rolling down a track with an instantaneous speed of 5 meters per second. What is its kinetic energy? So again, in order for us to have this, let us have Gressa method. So here, our given is 3,000 kilograms, which is actually our mass. So 3,000 kilograms. Next, we have here 5 meters per second, which is our speed with a symbol of V. So you just need to write here 5 meters per second. Our unknown or our required variable to solve on is our kinetic energy. And we all know that the equation for kinetic energy is 1/2 mv squared. So we have here 1/2. Okay, I'm going to erase this 2 properly, and I will have it again here. So 1/2 mv squared. Okay, squared. Meaning to say you need to multiply the speed by itself, not velocity. I mean speed by 2. Okay, multiplied by 2. Okay, because here I have here the speed of 5. So it is 5 times 5, not 5 times 2. Okay, so let us move on. Let us continue our solution. Here we have kinetic energy is equal to 1/2. It looks like 1/3. Okay, so we have here 1/2 multiplied by the given mass, which is what? 3,000 kilograms. Multiplied by its speed, which is 5 meters per second. Then square outside the parenthesis, use square. Okay, so here we have 1/2 okay, multiplied by 3,000 kilogram. Let us have first the simplification of the speed here. So 5 times 5, since that is 5 squared, so 5 multiplied by itself, which is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Since they are in parentheses, so also the units here will also be in meter squared over second squared. So, still, copy the 1/2 here. So, you need to multiply 3,000 by 25. So, 3,000 times 25. The correct answer is 75,000. So, 75,000. Okay, we have here kilogram meter squared per second squared. So what is the half or one half of 75,000? So 75,000 divided by 2, okay? So that will be our final answer. So kinetic energy is equal to what? What is the half of 75,000? That's the idea there. So 75,000, 1/2 or divided by 2 is equivalent to 37,500 kilogram meter squared per second squared is also the same with joules. Because if you're going to expand it, kilogram meter per second squared meter squared per second squared is also the same with Newton meter, and Newton meter is also the same with joules. So don't be confused with the units of energy. So that's it for our problem here. The correct answer is 37,500 joules. Next, let us have a problem. What is the kinetic energy of a boy who has a mass of 30 kilogram and a speed of 3 meter per second? So let us have again our given here. Our given mass is equivalent to 30 kilogram. Our given speed is equivalent to 3 meter per second. So therefore, we're going to have our required, which is what? We're going to look for kinetic energy. And therefore, our equation is kinetic energy, okay, is equal to 1/2 mv squared, or mass times speed. Get the square root of speed multiplied by mass, then divide by 2 or get the half. Then, solution. So, kinetic energy is equal to the given mass, which is 30 kilogram. No, just wait, I forgot the half. I need to place first the half. 1/2. Okay, 1/2 multiplied by 30 kilogram. Does it look like G? Okay, kilogram multiplied by the square of 3 meter per second squared. Oh, yeah. Next, we have here equals to, kinetic energy is equal to what? 1/2. Okay, multiplied by, still copy the 30 kilogram. And then get the square root of 3 meter per second. So 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is equal to 9 meters squared per second squared. Since meter per second is inside the parentheses, so it will also be in a squared form. So 3 meter per second squared is 9 meters squared per second squared. Since you have it already, so you can have 1/2 multiplied by, so multiply now the 30 by 9. So this is very easy. 30 multiplied by 9 is 270 kilogram. Okay, let's make it look like G. kilogram meter squared per second squared. So our correct answer here is kinetic energy is equal to, what's the half or 1/2 of 270? Or divide 270 by 2. And the correct answer is what? 135 joules. Okay, or capital J. So our answer for our problem number 2 is 135 joules. So that's it. Let's move on to our activity. Let us check your understanding of our discussion for this day. So here I have one problem for you, and you're going to solve it for 1 minute. An 80-kilogram man is jogging at speed of 4 meters per second. What is his kinetic energy? So you have only 1 minute to solve for this. So I'm just going to write here the given, but you may start solving now. Okay, time's up. So let us have now our mass, which is 80 kilogram. Our speed, which is 4 meters per second. And we are going to look for kinetic energy. The equation for kinetic energy. Okay, let's make it clear. Okay, so we have here kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv squared. 1/2 mv squared. So kinetic energy. Okay, I'm going to erase this one again. Okay, let's make it proper. Okay, kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 multiplied by the mass, which is 80 kilogram, multiplied by the speed, which is the square of 4 meters per second. Now simplify first. We have here 1/2. It looks like 1/3. Wait, I'm going to erase this. Okay, so we have here 1/2 multiplied by 80 kilogram multiplied by the square of 4. So 4 times 4 is what? 16 meters squared per second squared. So meter squared per second squared. Now after that, you can already multiply 80 by 16. So 80 multiplied by 16. So what's the answer? So I'm going to put here again the 1/2. So 80 times 16, this is 16, not 6, this is 16. Okay, so 80 times 16 is equivalent to 1,280. Wait, let's erase this one. Let's make it proper. 1,280 kilogram. Okay, kilogram meter squared. Wait, what's happening here? Okay. So let's continue. Again, 1,280 kilogram meter squared per second squared. Okay, let's make it proper again. I'm so sorry for this one. Okay, the pen I think is not working well. So we have here kilogram meter squared per second. Okay. Per second squared. Okay, then close parenthesis. Okay, what's happening? Okay, that's it. So 1,280 kilogram meter squared per second squared. What's the half of that? Get the half of 1,280 by dividing it by 2. So 1,280 times 1 divided by 2. So what's the answer? It is what? So kinetic energy, I already have the answer. Kinetic energy is equal to 640 joules. Kilogram meter per second squared, joules, Newton meter is just the same. Okay? So kinetic energy, I'm going to make the E here proper. So here we have kinetic energy for your final answer, 640 joules per kilogram meter per second squared or Newton meter. So I hope that you get it correctly. So for those people who got it correctly, very, very good. So you really did your best today. Okay? So it seems that I'm done with my discussion. So thank you everyone for listening. I am again Ma'am Princess Margaret Paz, your science teacher. Goodbye and see you on my next video. Thank you.